Alright, so we're not going to do the 3.5 ready, set, go. Um, Honestly, I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of it. That's pretty much it. So we're going to do this worksheet instead. I'm more of a fan of this one because it gets you practicing um, finding x-intercepts by completing the square. This is something that you guys need to get used to doing. You guys are already doing really good at it, but we gotta learn it. We gotta be able to understand this. So by let's get started. Um, there's 15 problems in this worksheet. If you haven't noticed already, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this worksheet is rough. Um, this is gonna be a long video, but it's gonna be one that you're gonna get a lot of information from. Reason why I'm saying this is a rough worksheet is because a lot of these answers are in decimal / radical form. So I'm going to show you how how I would like it in radical form, and then how you would put it in your calculator for decimal form. So there's probably maybe less than 5, I want to say 4 maybe, that are actually nice whole numbers. There's very little of them in this worksheet. So I better see a lot of decimals or radicals in this equation. Alright, so let's do number 1, just because I know for a fact that one's a equation. Or that's a decimal form. So we're going to take, or we have this in standard form. And when we say we want to complete the square, we're saying that we're going to convert this from standard form into vertex form. And then from there, you're going to solve the equation. So to convert this into vertex form, we're going to take half of b, which in this case is -10, and then you're going to square it. Half of b is, half of 10 is -5. So -5 squared is 25. So that means you're going to have your v squared minus 10v, leave some space, kick out the 59. From here, hold on, I don't like how that 59 looks. From here, you're going to add 59, or not 59, add 25. Out here, you're going to subtract 25. I didn't bring my calculator with me, so I'm going to have to do this on my phone calculator, so give me a sec. So, hold on, there we go. So, first I need to convert this here into a square binomial. So that's when I have the two parentheses squared, and then I have v plus or minus a number. Well, the number is always going to be half of b. So half of 10, or -10, is -5. So this is, sorry, that was Harley. So this is v minus 5 squared. And then we're going to have -59. If I could put a negative, give me a sec. -59 minus 25, which that is -84. So now we have this in vertex form. So from here, now we got to get this into, or we got to solve the equation. We got to solve for v. So from here, I want you to think of reverse PEMDAS. Technically speaking, the formal way of saying this is we're going to do the order of operations backwards. Order of operations is what PEMDAS means. So we're going to go backwards. So we're going to add 84 to both sides. That cancels out. We get 84. So I did adding and subtracting. Now I'm going to multiply and divide. I look at it and I see there's no number in front here. So that means I don't need to multiply or divide. So I could ignore that. Now for my exponents, oh look, I got a square there. So I could take the square root. Now I'm going to get v minus 5. And if I take the square root of 84, I'm going to tell you now it's not going to be a perfect number. It's actually going to be 84 is going to be 9.16, and then so on. But here's the thing. You are not going to, listen closely, you are not going to take the square root of the number now. You're going to wait till the very, very end until you solve everything out, until you put this in the calculator. Because I want as close of approximation as I can get into this equation. So what you're going to do is you're just going to leave this as plus or minus the square root of 84. Do not put it in your calculator just yet. Wait. So from here, you're going to add 5 to both sides. I don't know why I put an equal sign there. Now what you get is v is equal to 5 plus or minus square root of 84. So that means this is going to be v is equal to, I wrote this way too big, v is equal to 5 plus the square root of 84. And then v is equal to 5 minus the square root of 84. Now you can put that in your calculator. So I'm going to do the first one, so the plus, so square root of, or 5 plus the square root of 84. Put that in my calculator, and I'm going to get an approximation. So you're going to put the squiggly exclamation, or not exclamation, equal bars. And it's going to be 14, and I want to do two decimal places, 14.17. I do the next one, and I'm going to get negative 1.741, negative 4.17, and these two are my solutions. Pause the video if you need to, write down any questions that you may have, and we'll continue. Trying to remember what's another one. I'm trying not to do all the ones that give you whole numbers, because I know you guys can do those. So let's do, this is going to be a long video, so let's do another one. Maybe, let's see. I didn't look this ahead of time. Let's do number 7. So number 7. I'm probably going to try to get 4 in this whole video. Maybe, we'll see. So, same idea. Take half of b, so half of 16. This is going to be 8 squared, which is going to get you 64. So you're going to put your parentheses, k squared plus 16k, leave your space, kick out the 38. Then you're going to add the 64, and you're going to subtract the 64 on the outside. This here becomes a square binomial square binomial of k plus 8 squared, and then 38 minus 64. So that is, if I have $38 and I owe somebody $64, that means I owe them $26 after I pay them back. Set that equal to 0. Again, from here, just solve it out. I'm going to add 26. Oh, I don't know why I keep putting equals. I'm sorry. That cancels out. I'm left with 26 on the left side. I have square k plus 8. Take the square root. That's going to give me k plus 8 is equal to positive minus square root of 26. From here, I'm going to subtract 8 to both sides. That cancels out, and I'm going to be left with k is equal to negative 8 plus or minus square root of 26. Separate them, and you're going to get k is equal to negative 8 plus square root of 26. Let me make this a little closer. There we go. Sorry, I have to write a little smaller. And then k is equal to negative 8 minus square root of 26. So I'm going to do the first one. So negative 8 plus square root of 26. I put it in my calculator. I'm going to get negative 2.9. And then you're going to notice that if you put in your calculator, you're going to have 2 zeros, so you can ignore them. So negative 2.9 is the rough estimate. And then for this one, you're going to get negative 8 minus square root of 26. Whoa, hold on. Negative 8 minus square root of 26. So this is going to be negative 13.1. And those are your solutions. Now, for today's case, the solutions are going to be your approximate answers, which are going to be these here. So these are estimates. If I were to say I want exact answers, hold on. Exact answers, I'm going to highlight this in green. Those are going to be actually what you have up top. So the ones with radicals. So if I ever say give me the exact answer of the equation, you're going to give me the radicals because that's the closest, or that's actually the full solution. That gives me all the possible numbers in there. But if I wanted an approximation where it's like give me a decimal where it's kind of close to the same ballpark, then you're going to give me the bottom part. So write down any questions that you may have, and we're going to move on to the next one. So exact answer is the radical part. The green part that I just highlighted, approximation is the red part. Alright, we're going to do some of the harder ones. We're going to do one of these down here. So we're going to do 11, and then maybe we'll do, 13. So, number 11. So, in this one you can use the same formula, but notice that I have a 4 here. So that means I have to factor out a 4 from this one and this one here. So the first two terms. So if I factor out a 4, that means I'm going to be left with p squared minus 2p. Leave your space, and we're going to have negative 5 on the outside. You only factor out in the first two terms. Now you may use your little formula. Let me use this color. Make it a little brighter. So we're going to have negative 2. Half of negative 2, don't overthink it, is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is just 1. So you're going to add 1 here, but you're going to subtract. Now listen closely. You're going to subtract by these two numbers here multiplied. So that's going to be 4 times 1. 4 times 1 is 4. So you're going to subtract by 4. So then from here, you're going to have 4 minus, the square binomial of this one is p minus 1, because again, it's always this value here. So this one's the same as this one. So p minus 1 squared, and negative 5 minus 4. Again, think money. I owe somebody $5, then I borrow from that person another $4. Now I owe them $9. Set that equal to 0. And start solving it out. So add 9 to both sides. Those cancel out, and you're going to be left with 9. Now again, you're going to do the reverse order of operations. So that's reverse PEMDAS. So reverse PEMDAS. You just did adding and subtracting. When you added that 9, you did adding and subtracting. Next, you're looking at multiplying and dividing. Notice how you have a 4 here. That 4 is being multiplied by the parentheses. So that means I'm going to divide by 4. Divide by 4 to both sides. That becomes 1. So this is p minus 1 squared. This is going to be 9 over 4. Keep it like that. You're not going to change it until the very end. So you're going to get, you just did MMD. So now you're going to do exponent. So take the square root of both sides. And you're going to get p minus 1 is equal to the square root plus or minus square root of 9 over 4. Now this is the part where you better know how to use the answer button in your guys' calculator. So, or you better know how to put parentheses. So this is going to be, before you start, you're going to add 1 to both sides. Because remember, this is minus 1, so you have to add 1. So that means P, I'm going to work it out up here, is going to equal 1 plus square root of 9 over 4. And P is equal to 1 minus square root of 9 over 4. I'm going to make you guys so much easier. This is where, again, it pays to watch these videos. I'm going to tell you now, this is going to be 1 plus square root of 9. This is 3 over 2. And this is 1 minus 3 over 2. So if you put these in your calculator, because this is a lot nicer, this is going to be 1 plus 1.5, that's 2.5. And this is exact value still, because there's no running decimal. And this one out here, I'm going to draw a squiggly line so you know it's two different answers, is 1 minus 1.5, which is 0.5. Negative 0.5. And these are your solutions now. This is solution 1. This is solution 2. Pause the video if you're stuck. Rewind it if you have any questions. And we're going to move on. Let's look. Let me see which one I do want to do. I think you guys could do number 15. Smaller numbers, so I think you guys are more comfortable with that one. So I'm going to do 13. Only reason I'm going to do 13 over 14 is because 14 has 2's, and you guys are pretty good at working with 2's. So I'm going to do number 3. Again, same idea. I have a 3 here, so that means I have to factor out a 3 from both of these here. Factor out a 3. Let me check my time. I'm at 17 minutes. Awesome. So I factor out a 3. And I'm going to be left with x squared plus 2x. Leave some space. Kick out the negative 33. From here, then you're going to take half of 2, square it. Do not overthink it. Half of 2 is 1. Square it, that's 1. So you're going to add 1 on the inside. And then you're going to subtract by, again, 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Remember, you have to multiply both of those numbers. The first number on the outside and the number on the inside. You have to do that. That's the only way it works. If you do not do that, this is way wrong. Sorry. Other thing, remember to factor out this one here. A lot of you guys are forgetting to do that. Remember, you have to factor out the first 2 terms. Do not forget that, please. Hold on, I lost track of my colors. I'm still on red. Alright. So I have 3. This is going to be x plus 1, because that's a positive 2, squared. And then negative 33 minus 3, that is negative 36. I owe somebody $33. I borrow another 3. Now I owe him $36. Set that equal to 0. And again, just like what we've been doing this whole time, reverse order of operations. Add your 36. X plus 1. Divide by 3. Hold on. I don't like how my 3's are coming out. They're too sloppy. So I have x plus 1 squared is equal to 36 divided by 3. That is 12. Take the square root. That is going to be x plus 1 is equal to square root of 12. Plus or minus square root of 12. If I would have just kept it like that, you would have only been half right. So you only get half credit. So, from here, subtract 1, both sides, and you're going to get x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus square root of 12. So that means, I'm going to write it up here. I know, I'm just taking up too much space. So you're going to have x is equal to negative 1 plus 12. No, not plus 12. Square root of 12. And then negative 1 minus square root of 12. Whoops, I forgot the x equals. So I'm going to put that in the calculator real quick. Let's see what we got. Negative 1. Oops, hold on. Negative 1 plus square root of 12. is 2.464, so I'll stop there. This one is going to be -1 minus square root of 12. That is -4.464. So, and these are my two solutions. Here's one, here's the other one. Pause the video if you're stuck, rewind it if you need to watch it again. 4 examples, I think that's a good amount of examples for you guys. This is 15 problems. Yes, some of them are rough, but watch this video. Watch it twice. Watch it a third time. If it takes you 4 times watching this video, seeing me doing it over and over and over, do it. Become an expert at these 4 problems so you can do the rest of the problems. And that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of. Write down any questions, and try it again. Watch the video again if you're still stuck on it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.